ए फोन दे इधर लेके नहीं जाएंगे दे तो कौन जाए हाँ तो कॉल कर कौन जाए दो मिनट में पापा के नंबर से फोन करो पापा इंस्टाग्राम से करेंगे नंबर नहीं पापा का देना अरे इंस्टाग्राम से करेंगे ता अरे ट्यूशन पढ़ाने चल जागी दे हम फोन नहीं लेके जाएंगे फिर जाके साथ जा रहा है शाम में ट्यूशन यार
Ashna Sabha, please mute your microphone.
म्यूट कैसे कर दिए कर दीदी को म्यूट है अरे आवाज आ रहा था ना बार बार इधर बोल रही थी ना तो म्यूट अनम्यूट बोला स्पीकर तो बोला ही हो जा रहा है हेलो वाइट टेस्ट
এফেক্ট পড়বে কোনো ইয়া আছে ওকে তো স্কুল থেকে
एकदम टाइट करके लेना है।
I guess our speaker has already joined. Has our IQAC coordinator joined?
Yes, good evening. I have joined.
Okay, I guess Devopri, I'll just call up our principal madam. Okay, just give me 2 minutes.
Sure.
Am I audible? Can all of y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Principal madam has joined. Our speaker is also here, so we can start the program now. Respected Principal Madam Dr. Moitrey Ray Kanjilal, our distinguished speaker Ms. Debopriya Bishash, my esteemed faculty members, and my dear students. This morning, our college was vibrant with patriotic spirit as we came together for the flag hoisting ceremony led by our respected Principal Madam. The Independence Day celebration filled the campus with a sense of pride and reminded us of the values of freedom, unity, and responsibility that we cherish as a nation. And now we are delighted to come together online for this special IIC and IQAC program titled Yuva Shakti for Atmanirbhar Bharat, Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Nation Building. It is wonderful that even though we are meeting virtually, the spirit of Independence Day and our collective enthusiasm for innovation and nation building remain equally strong. As we celebrate the 80th Independence Day of our nation, we remember with gratitude the countless freedom fighters whose courage and sacrifice gave us the freedom we cherish. Their dream was not only of an independent India, but of a strong, prosperous, self-reliant, and progressive India. It is in this spirit that today's program brings together the ideals of independence, innovation, and entrepreneurship. At the outset, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our Principal Madam for the visionary initiative of establishing the Institution's Innovation Council in our college. This is an important step towards creating a culture where ideas are encouraged, creativity is nurtured, and innovation is celebrated, and entrepreneurship is transformed into meaningful action. The establishment of the IIC reflects our institution's commitment to creating an environment where our students, faculty, and alumni can come together to explore new ideas, experiment, learn from one another, and transform innovative thinking into meaningful real-world impact. Today, we also recognize and appreciate the contribution of innovators and entrepreneurs who are creating solutions, generating opportunities, and playing a vital role in nation building. An entrepreneur's journey teaches us that innovation is not merely about having an idea, it is about having the courage to pursue that idea, the resilience to learn from failures, and the determination to transform challenges into opportunities. We are especially privileged to have with us a distinguished entrepreneur, Ms. Debopriya Biswas. We look forward to hearing her experiences and learning from her journey, insights that can inspire our young minds to look beyond conventional paths and explore the possibilities of innovation and entrepreneurship. India's greatest strength is its youth, our Yuva Shakti. IIC of Victoria Institution College has become a vibrant platform for this Yuva Shakti, a space where ideas are encouraged, experimentation is supported, experiences are shared, and innovative thinking is translated into action. May the Yuva Shakti of Victoria Institution College contribute meaningfully to the making of an innovative, entrepreneurial, and Atmanirbhar Bharat. With these thoughts, I now request our Principal Madam to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Dr. Madhumita Basu. Good evening and also Happy Independence Day to one and all. Today is a special day, the auspicious day to each of us to make India strong, more strong. It is required to encourage all the Yuva Shakti to inculcate their innovative skills so that India will become more and more strong. As Dr. Basu mentioned, Yuva Shakti, the young mind, they are the main pillar of our society. Each and every young mind, they have innovative skill, but the environment is required so that they will be encouraged to carry on, to explore their innovative ideas, innovative skills. They should build among themselves the courage to explore their innovative skills. On this virtual platform, I welcome all of you, and I am very much grateful to today's speaker, Debopriya Biswas, a renowned entrepreneur, founder, as well as a woman entrepreneur, especially. So I'm very much thankful to you to give us the time to encourage, to enlighten our young minds so that they will be encouraged to explore their innovative skills. As Dr. Basu mentioned, our students already they have been encouraged, but it is required to inculcate among each young mind to encourage them towards the innovations, towards the self-reliant, to make our country more strong, to make us proud. Thanks to each and everyone once again.
Thank you so much, madam, for your ever-inspiring words. I now request our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Shudeep Sinha, to kindly address us.
Good evening, everyone. Today is also our Independence Day. So, women internship in India actually is very growing very rapidly, and this topic actually is very suitable for our IIC counterpart because our college is women's college as well as this innovative council. Uh, they dedicated also for the women entrepreneurship. I welcome you all, and I also thanks to the speaker for his enlightenment talk. Thank you all. Please start the talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sinha. Now, a brief introduction about our speaker. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Debopriya Biswas is an entrepreneur and folk artist whose journey brings together creativity and contemporary enterprise. At the heart of her entrepreneurial journey is Shaje Bishnupriya, her handloom and ethnic fashion venture, created with a vision to take the richness of India's traditional textiles beyond geographical boundaries. What began as an entrepreneurial initiative has evolved into an online platform that celebrates authentic Indian handlooms, indigenous textiles, and traditional craftsmanship. Through Shaje Bishnupriya, Debopriya curates saris, dress materials, suits, bags, and ethnic creations that blend the timeless beauty of Indian textiles with modern sensibilities. Her work is driven not simply by commerce, but by a deep-rooted appreciation for artisans, weaving traditions, and India's textile heritage. By embracing digital entrepreneurship, she has created opportunities to connect traditional craftsmanship with customers across India and internationally. For Debopriya, entrepreneurship is an extension of creativity, a journey that calls for vision, resilience, communication, adaptability, and the courage to build something of one's own. Her experience as a performer, trainer, and entrepreneur has given her a distinctive understanding of people, presentation, storytelling, and personal branding. Her artistic identity as a folk singer dedicated to Bengal's musical heritage further enriches her entrepreneurial vision. She believes that tradition need not remain confined to the past. When presented with dignity, innovation, and contemporary perspective, culture can become a powerful force for creativity, enterprise, and empowerment. Debopriya's story is a celebration of Indian tradition with a contemporary entrepreneurial spirit, rooted in heritage, driven by creativity, and inspired by the possibilities of tomorrow. Now, without further ado, I would request Ms. Debopriya Biswas to share her thoughts with us.
Kanjilal. Thank you, sir, Shudeep, for inviting me to speak, particularly on this very wonderful day, a day when we celebrate our freedom. So I would like to start with one single word, Vande Mataram. May this Vande Mataram live on in our hearts for an ever and ever. Actually, I would like to tell you something about this Independence Day also, since my grandfather was a freedom fighter and a refugee from East Pakistan. So the stories we have heard of pre-independence used to bring goosebumps in my body. I still cry for the freedom fighters when I see any particular movie or read anything on independence. So for me, living with all negativities, many negativities in our particular country, in our country, but still we enjoy our freedom, which many countries still do not have. So freedom of mind and having an independent thought process also makes me happy to say that I love my country, I love my independence, and I love whatever I'm doing. So I'm going to share from the beginning of my journey. Actually, this became from a passion to a small brand. I have never, wanted to be confined to a 9 to 5 job. Whenever I started doing that, I failed, because at every 1 p.m. I thought that I should be practicing one raga rather than teaching the girls or the boys where I was teaching. So that wasn't my call. So then I joined an advertising agency, quite a famous one. I was doing pretty well, but still, something in me prevented it, because, my advertisement, of course, is something related to creativity, but I want to give in whatever. It was always my way or the highway, when my bosses wanted to change whatever the words I was putting in, or maybe some ideas which I was trying to implement. So, all these corporate houses, they have their like limitations, so I could not do it. So whatever I have done, it's whether in music or my business, it's from a passion, from my passion. Okay. So it actually began just a couple of years after I completed my master's. I completed my master's in 98 from Jadavpur University. And after that, I was doing these, I was into teaching, I was into advertising. But, somewhere within me, I knew that my calling was different. I wanted to pursue music. And I also had a strong entrepreneurial instinct. Like after teaching for about 1.5 years, I realized that I needed more time to devote to my passions. So I resigned my job, as I said, and I started thinking about creating my own business. At that time, around 2000, I mean the year 2000, boutiques were mushrooming all across Kolkata. I was never particularly impressed by the concept of boutiques, because I often felt that this word designer was being, was there to justify the very high prices. It was a very fancy thing for me. I was a person who was more inclined to shop from Bara Bazaar, where I could get the same sari at a much, same product at a lower rate. That started hitting me. That I, like many people said, you should open a boutique if you want, you can get a shop, but I was not at all interested. I wanted to create something different, something beautiful, tasteful products at prices which ordinary customers can actually afford. And they should understand that in these branded stores, of course, see, in a branded store, in boutiques, you have the overhead costs. ওখানে খরচা অনেক বেশি হয়ে যায়. But still, the amount of profits they keep, at least by now I understand, it's exorbitantly high. So I'm talking about the year 2000. Now, so I started thinking what I should do. My connection with Lucknow chicken curry played a very important role in shaping my first business idea. Actually, my sister-in-law, she was from Lucknow, and whenever she visited, she would bring the suitcases filled with lovely chicken curry saris, suits, and dresses. And you know, all my friends used to call me Chicken Queen. So, and I absolutely loved them. So around this year only, with just 6 or 7,000 in hand, I believe, or maximum 8,000. And those days it was quite a big amount. I traveled to Lucknow. I visited at least 100 store, and at that time I was hardly, 25 or so. So I visited, and I was doing this with the help of my relative. I visited Lucknow's all the each and every home where they make chicken. I visited the Mahajan's Gaddi, and there I I brought back with me around 25 to 30 pieces of beautiful saris and suit materials, okay, to Kolkata. And then I organized a small exhibition at my home. And believe me, within 2 days, everything was sold. So that was the first lesson in entrepreneurship. So you don't always need to have a huge investment to test an idea, what I felt. Sometimes you simply need to understand what people want. I invested a little more for the second lot. My professional exhibition was then held at Nari Sheva Shongho, Jodhpur Park, where they held a 3-day fair every year. It's very, very famous and popular even now. And after that, there was no looking back. I was eventually, I had eventually become the biggest wholesaler. This is a catch. I did not only go for retailing, I also did wholesale selling of Lucknow chicken curry to Kolkata stores. There were stores in Goriahat. There were malls. There was a mall in Lake Town called Rajani Mall. There were many places where they used to take my clothes, and in those days, chicken was like loved by one and all. Now, the trend has also changed. The fashion has also changed. But if you look into your mother's wardrobe, if you find one chicken suit, you can bring it out and see how beautifully embroidered. Each and every piece is a work of great craftsmanship. And believe me, little girls and boys of around, I've seen 7-8 years, they were making handkerchiefs. And a little older, their siblings or their friends, they were making dupattas, the embroidery, they were working on these dupattas. So that is something which inspired me. Chicken work helps cottage industries also, Every segment of people in Lucknow, they thrive on chicken. This is, again, I'm saying from 2000 to 2003, I did this. Okay. Anyways, so something remarkable happened at this time. I didn't have to chase the media to promote myself. Newspapers, magazines, they came to me. I was interviewed and featured in publications and televisions and newspapers and magazines. It was completely organic. But life had other plans. When my daughter was born, I had to step away from this business naturally, because being a young mother and very passionate again about the child, I could not pursue both. So it was heartbreaking, because this business was doing extremely well, but my motherhood needed my attention. And I did not want to sit at home at the same time doing nothing. Alongside my riyas and raising my daughter, I began teaching also. So from 2006, I started conducting soft skill trainings at many WBUT colleges and different institutes. But I never saw myself as a teacher, except a music teacher. Eventually, continuous training began affecting my voice, and I had to reconsider that path also. So in 2008, I stepped more seriously into my professional musical career. Programs became coming to me through performances, hard work, and dedication. I was traveling pan-India and was collecting folk music from different akhras in Bengal. I have visited innumerable number of villages and baul akhras in North Bengal for collecting Bhawaiya songs, and music became an important part of my identity. This was going on very well from 2008 to 2020, and then came COVID. COVID changed the rhythm of everyone's life. I was at home, the household chores, my regular responsibilities, and the online music classes. But suddenly there was also a lot of empty time. And I was getting bored. I get bored too soon. I hope you all are not getting bored, girls.
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, and one day, this old business idea, it came back to me. I thought, why not start selling again? The funny thing was, at that time, I could not travel, and I still wanted to sell something, but naturally you have to go and get introduced to your vendor, to your manufacturer, to your mahajans again. And a journey which had stopped 17 years ago definitely was completely different in 2020. And I had no idea about what do you call online selling. I didn't know how online business worked. I had no e-commerce platform other than myself buying from Amazon, Flipkart, and all these places, but I was not selling. I had no professional digital marketing team, no warehouse, no capital. No, I had capital, but I did not want to invest because I did not know what is going to happen. How long would this COVID last? How long would the lockdown last? So I decided whatever I do, it has to be online. So I simply started, and everything again became organically. I began searching for manufacturers online. I spoke to friends and acquaintances of different states. One contact led to another, and slowly I started building relationships with manufacturers and wholesalers and mahajans across India. You know, at some places you cannot go to the like the weavers, the dyers directly. You know, there is always a mahajan who finances them. So but the mahajans keep, like, it's like Chinese business, you know. They sell a huge lot of products, so their profit margin is also quite less. But mahajans do not give to retail customers. So again, I had to work very, very hard because they were not ready to give. I said, why don't you show me products which I'll show it to my customers online, and then you will send it to them directly. So some said, there is no concept of this business in our mind. I said, please start it, because it's COVID times. If you don't do something online, you will not get business. So even I started, you know, grooming some mahajans. इसमें क्या होगा, पिक्चर दिखाने से क्या होगा. I said, भैया आप Amazon में जाइए, आप देखिए पिक्चर से क्या होता है ना. पिक्चर अभी बाकी है दोस्तों. So even they thank me now that I had given them this idea. Not all, but to few. So slowly I connected with more than 50 manufacturers and suppliers across different parts of India. This model was simple, but different from the conventional store. My products goes directly from my supplier to the customer. But definitely with the iCard of Shaji Vishnupriya. Now, Shaji Vishnupriya is actually it's connected to my daughter Vishnupriya. She loves sarees, fashion, and makeup. And I wanted this brand to carry something personal and meaningful. So I combined the Shaji with her name. When she was one day dressing up, and I said, oh, Shaji Vishnupriya. and she was wearing a sari. So I said, it started again. It started organical. Nothing. I never searched the internet, the Google. I mean Google. I never Googled any name. Also, again this happened organically because I'm very a God-loving person, and I believe that whenever I'm in distress, someone is there to help and support me. Anyways, so again I started with this beautiful chicken curry products. I got back a very, very old wholesaler from, not wholesaler, he's a manufacturer only, Mehraji from Lucknow. And he said he could recollect. He said, हाँ हमको आपको भेज देंगे, आप online payment कर दीजिएगा, हम भेज देंगे. But you don't have to worry. I said, I don't need your products. I need pictures. बोले हाँ अभी picture click करना पड़ेगा. I said, you have to work for me. You start clicking pictures, give me the shipping charges, give me the lowest price which you can offer to me. Whenever I get a sale, you have to send it to, but this is going to depend on trust. You cannot contact directly to my customers. I'm giving you sale, so you have to respect me. He said, yes, I'll do that. So what happened? I started doing this. So I started with beautiful chicken curry products and then expanded into saris and textures from different parts of India. I have saris, bags, dupattas, dress material, kurtis, sets, and my bags are very, very, very popular. I have mostly fabric bags, and they come from Mumbai, Rajasthan, Hyderabad, and from many other states. And my saris come from all over India, from Kashmir to Tamil Nadu, but I could not do business with Odisha and Northeast due to some unconventional reasons, but I have plans to do with them also. Okay. Now I had my vendors, but how do I sell the products? Again, this idea, I was having no one to give me an idea except a friend who who said, why don't you try out on Facebook? I said, see, I'm an artist, and will selling saris be very respectable? He said, why not? It's handloom. Like, it's handloom. You're getting the best products. You have to showcase your products to the world. Why don't you open your page or a group? So I said, okay, let's do it. And then also with another friend's inspiration, I had my WhatsApp group also. So my first customer came through Facebook. Interestingly, she is still my regular customer. That's good. The first customer and also my first vendor, he was from Bihar. Both of them gave me something more valuable than money, the confidence. I did not know this vendor. He could have run away with my money. And I did not know my customer who trusted me blindly. She did not know me personally, but she trusted me blindly, maybe with a 2,000 or 2,500 rupees, but still, I could have just blocked her, which many do. So that was something more valuable than money was the confidence. And one of the most interesting aspects of my journey is that I built Shaji Vishnupriya without putting in a single rupee of capital investments. No shop. And when I'm saying not a single rupee, I mean not a single rupee. No shop, no warehouse, no expensive website, which definitely I have plans for future. No huge inventory. Just a second, I would like to drink some water. Okay. I did not have employees also. I had no office. No professional advertising agency. What I had was my experience my taste, relationships, communication skills, and trust. Instead, I built a network where suppliers trusted me, customers trusted me, and I carefully selected what I was willing to show to my customer. And I fixed a broad price range, from approximately 500 to 30,000. I had saris. I even have saris worth lakhs, but I don't sell it to my customer because honestly, I cannot take a huge financial risk, Now comes what I sell, what I sell. My biggest thumb rule is I won't sell what I won't use. And one principle has remained constant. I'll never sell something which I personally cannot wear, cannot carry, or cannot use. So something, whether it is a sari, a bag, a bed sheet, a dress material, or an accessory, it has to satisfy my aesthetic standards. Okay. Then I look at the fabric. I keep asking them, tell me about the fabric. If it's pure tassar, what is the count? If it's pure, I know they go mad at me. Pure, but still, I give them business. So, and customer is God. So I'm God to them. And vice versa. Without them, I wouldn't even be able to sell anything. So I look at the fabric, I look at the finishing, I look at the color, the design, and then I ask myself, would I actually buy this for me? If my answer is no, I don't sell it. Because my friends would come and say, hey Baba, ki baje, ki bichiri jamata. Something like, I'm very particular about that. Someone, whatever I'm selling, if they buy, if they don't buy, doesn't matter. But they have to say, it's a tasteful thing. It's pretty, it's nice. So over time, this became my biggest strength. My customers were not simply looking for cheap products. They were looking for taste. They wanted things that were stylish, classy, elegant, and aesthetically pleasing, but reasonably priced. And I realized that I had unintentionally created a very specific customer community. Women with a discerning eye for quality and style. I shared products to my friends' WhatsApp group, as I was saying, and Facebook. Facebook is a very, very, very powerful tool because I'm not an Insta person where you can only share up to 20 or I believe 20 pictures. My pictures are, whoever are in my group, they know. And I keep on telling them kindly, I go to the auto download section of your WhatsApp and switch it off if you want to see my beautiful collection. So I send in thousands, they get your mobile sometimes get jammed. But again, they come back to me and say, that's a beautiful collection you have. So initially, after I said that, this Facebook became a powerful tool, and that time everybody was buying online, But I had no big marketing campaign. I did not do any celebrity endorsement. I know many celebrated people from all walks of life, but even some of them are my customers. I did not do a celebrity endorsement. I always said my friends are my customers. So I even have a album in my profile where all my friends share, and most of them, not all customers, most of them share wearing whatever they buy. So again, people are seeing that I'm not using models, I'm not using professional lights, professional camera. I'm just using the people, not using, I'll say. I am thankful that they're helping me with the pictures and the videos, whatever they have purchased from me. So it was their love, you know. I did not pay to any influencer. They asked me that if you want like to sit at my podcast, you have to pay this. So I refused. I'm extremely sorry. I can speak. I know you have more, like millions of more viewers than me, but still, I can sell my own products. If you can take me, if you can invite me, I'm not going to pay for something just to like advertise my product and become like celebrity for an hour or so. You know, I'm very like rooted, very, it might be negative or positive, but this is something which I always think it's better I give that money for charity. Anyways, that's absolutely my call. So what happened first? I had no influencer also, as I said. But what happened? Slowly, one customer bought some. When he or she, I mean, mostly women. Yeah, one more thing. Even in my music, I have more women fan followers. When I go for a show, I can see more women than men, which I appreciate. And naturally, my customers are women. I have men's products also, but most of my customers are women. So, you know, once my customer buys something, if she likes it, she refers my name to another person. So that person becomes my customer. And most of my customers, I don't call them customers now. I call them my friends and my well-wishers. So they are from very, you know, educated and like very sophisticated backgrounds. Either they are professors, they are teachers, they are doctors, they are wonderful homemakers, they are musicians, they are singers. Then I have lawyers. So I have, again, my customer base is from all walks of life. So, and slowly, you know, this circle grew. Customers started comparing my price with branded stores and boutiques. Many realized that quality that I was offering was comparable, while my prices was considerably more reasonable. So that became my advertisement. My customers again becomes my marketing team. Today, I have more than 500 customers, with at least 150 dedicated customers who repeatedly trust Shaje Vishnupriya for their purchases. And this long journey has gone beyond India. Today, my customers are across the world. They don't only buy a product, a sari. You know, what I feel is they are buying the trust. They buy the trust. They buy my judgment. They trust that if I say something is good, it's worth considering. They trust my selection. They trust my service. And now here comes selection. If I have in 2020, 21, I had more than 50 vendors, and now it's crossed 100. So you believe how many WhatsApp group I have, and everybody is flooding my phone with at least 10 to 15,000 pictures a day. So, you know, that takes a long time. I cannot show everything to my customers. They'll leave my group and they'll spam me and I'll lose my business. So I choose from, I pick which product I'm going to sell, which product I like, which product. In this, like regarding this, at this time, what might happen is, suppose I don't like one sari or one product, one customer might like it, but I'm not showcasing that. So I tell them, please contact me personally for whatever you want. I'm showing only pure products like cotton, tussars, pure silks, Banarasi, whatever, Paithani, Kashmiri, Kani, Katans, Bengal, Kathas. But Suppose I also have a huge collection of beautiful semi products also, which I don't show. If you want them, you contact me personally. So that also works again. Say I'm not everybody, I don't show something which they might not like. So slowly they started trusting my service. They trusted that I'll respond when there is a problem. And most importantly, they know that I'm not going to simply try to sell them something. My customer service, product quality, styling, and personal attention have become a part of the brand itself. That is why I believe Shaje Bishnupriya is not merely an online sari store, it's a relationship-based brand. There is another very important lesson I want young entrepreneurs to understand, that people sometimes ask me about my vendors and suppliers, but this is the reason I could not employ anybody, because I cannot reveal my vendor network to anybody. I cannot reveal my customer base to anybody, because relationships are a part of intellectual property of a business, So my vendor base has been built through years of communication, trust, personal relationship, as I've said. Vendors trust me with saris worth thousands and lakhs, and vice versa. I'll tell you a short story over here. The first time I was buying Banarasi, I had purchased Banarasi from this particular weaver, but single pieces. Those were of 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 value. So I could afford to risk that, because I didn't. And this particular vendor, he had never ever spoken to me. So I was wondering whether he was like, he couldn't understand my language, but I would speak in Hindi. But he never ever picked up the phone. Everything was on WhatsApp. So I risked it. First sari, I risked. It was 10, 15, 11,000, I believe. 2,000, 2,000 only. By the Durga Puja, just before Durga Puja. And believe me, I could not sleep that night, that what happens if this man just doesn't send. And in 3 days, the sari was ready and posted. And my customer loved it. Slowly, I started purchasing many products. One day what happened, one of my friends from Canada, she said, I need 5 Banarasis for my for a wedding here. So for me, it would cost 75 or 80,000. The customer had already, since it's prepaid business, so customers send me the money. And so what happened, I paid my vendor, and so that I could get a good night's sleep, I ate to pop down to sleeping pills. The next morning, I started calling him up. I knew that he wouldn't take my call, but in the evening, he replied. He's saying, your saris have gone for polishing, and they'll be posted in 2 or 3 days. So see, polishing, matlab, my saris are absolutely new. They're coming out from the loom. They are polishing it, packing it, and they're sending. And they're sending to thousands of other stores also, thousands of other e-commerce platforms also, and to online stores like us. So this is how I started trusting them, and they started trusting me also. So now they just send me the products. They know that whatever happens, this lady is more keen on giving back me my money rather than I asking them. So that was this. Why I told this story is this is completely based on trust. Okay. So yes, so I was saying that if I reveal everything to who my suppliers are, where I source it from, how I negotiate, whom I depend on, the very uniqueness of my business can disappear. Since it's a trust-based business, your network is also your asset. I did not inherit this network. Nobody handed it to me. I built it from scratch. You know, so you see why I try to protect my business, and why I did not take the help, or why I did not keep any employee. But here, this is not only about retail selling. I also I have a online wholesale store also. Shadi Vishnupriya also has an online wholesale department, where many homemakers from around India, from pan India, they buy from me, particularly from Orissa, from Assam, from Kolkata. They buy products from me at a bulk. They get it at a much cheaper rate. But definitely, if they would have come here at Bara Bazaar, they would have had to shell out more. So my price, and SAT products definitely has helped me also create a wholesale business. Actually, if you want to do business, you have to be fully into it. Otherwise, you won't know that what new ideas might come up every day, So that is the reason I protect it with my soul, my heart. But every journey has its success, failures, and lessons. Isn't it so? Could anybody give me an idea that what challenges I could have faced? Tell me, any girls who would like to ask me some question till what I have said, anything you all would like to ask me?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, some of
It's
them
the
are
age
writing
of
some. Just a second. Are you Sita? Actually, many
yes,
girls
ma'am.
are writing in the inbox, but I cannot open the inbox because I'm doing this Google Meet on my phone. Okay, my daughter has taken her laptop away, so I'm doing this on my phone, so I could not open the message. If you all want to say something, you have to just tell me. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Uh, it's the age of fast fashion and consumerism, so I'm a bit skeptical. Can traditional handloom businesses truly remain profitable in this age? That's the question I have, ma'am.
See, I don't have customers of your age who love to wear this, whatever is your fashion, from like what I would like to say is, yes, that's a pertinent question, because what's the age of my customers? Everybody is mostly 30 plus. So, as you age, as you grow, as you meet people, as you explore, you would realize how handloom is important, how it helps to make an industry thrive. Because, when you make one sari, how many people are involved in that business? From total beginning to the end user, we have at least 25 to 30 people behind one sari. So you see how many type of people, and how many families we are supporting when we handloom. So this, at your age, when fashion is in vogue, you will not understand. My daughter doesn't understand. She comes and tells me, তুমি কি পড়ো সব হ্যান্ডলুম খাদি তসর, but I know when she'll grow up, when she'll work, when she'll reach success in her profession, she'll realize that the clothing which she enjoyed at her very young age as a teenager or as a young adult will definitely change with the people you're meeting, the places you're going. So definitely that was a good question, because my customers are mostly from 30 to 80. So definitely handloom is going to thrive. It's going to be successful, remain successful worldwide. Because saris, nowadays are not only worn by Indians. I have German clients, you know. She was working in the in like Germany only in a consulate. So she once bought one Kanjipuram from me, and a Banarasi also, which was black and red. I believe the color of their flag. They said, I want black and red saris. And she's a German, and she learned wearing it from some Indians. And I have many friends who are not Indians also all over the world. They don't have very fashionable clothes made in India. They don't purchase like skinny shorts from India. Whenever they make their purchase, it's always a sari or a suit, mostly. And I believe anybody who has any connection with India, any foreigner, they have at least one sari in their wardrobe. But of course, they have to have friends who can inspire, and they have to have a connect with India. Anybody from anywhere just cannot buy, but if they have a connection with India, they will buy. So definitely handloom will survive.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good question. Thank you. Ayushmita, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a beautiful name. Okay, anybody else? Somebody was writing, but again, I'll repeat, I won't be able to see. And I won't kindly tell me if you want to ask me anything. Anybody? Somebody put up her hand, please. Shuchanda.
Yes, yes. Here I am, Shuchanda Ghosh. Well, I have two simple queries, but before that, I thank you for your very interesting and inspiring talk. Now, my query is like that. Did your academics, your exposure, or your work experience facilitate the flourishing of your venture? This is first one. And second one, very related to this. That is, what do you...
Louder. I could not hear this second question.
No, I have not yet done the second question. Should I repeat the first one?
No, first one I've understood. The second one?
Okay. Second one is related to this. That is, what do you suggest for very ordinary students who might not be into academics much, or who might not be fortunate enough to have exposure or much work experience? I mean, how do they groom themselves for such entrepreneurship, and what kind of risk factors they can face?
Yes,
so
risk
these
factors.
are my queries.
I'll come to risk factors. Thank you,
Okay.
Shuchanda Ghosh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your question. See, the first one is I was pathetic in academics. I mean, in mathematics and science. Even till date, I sometimes have a bad dream that my ICSE is coming, and I have not studied a single chapter of chemistry, physics, biology, and maths. In our days, people used to, like, even my, what I say, that I was never a student of literature, but my father, he told me that you should study literature because you've got into such a great university, you're getting in every college, don't go for commerce. But my mind was always, I was a finance person. Definitely, I understand, I have no professional education about finance. Other than 9 and 10, I had my accountancy as a 6th subject. I wanted to do commerce, but I was poor at mathematics. So in those days, my father said, how can you be going for commerce? You should study literature. But that, that actually was a setback, because definitely studying at Jadavpur University demands some intelligence and IQ, but I was not academic. I did not study much. My results were very average. And so in that way, I would like to say that academics really hasn't have any connect with my business, other than my connection with people, and even see if directly also you don't have academics to help you in my business, indirectly definitely had, because professors like Shivaji Bandopadhyay and Nobonita Debsen and Shopon Mojumdar, we had the wonderful faculty, one of the best faculties of the entire university we had. So speaking with them, learning from them, definitely has added to my aesthetics, to my thought process. So that way I can say, yes, relationships and the way they have taught have inspired me. And my mind was inspired. I've seen how beautifully our professors used to wear saris, and we had Professor Sajni Mukherjee in those days. She used to wear a sari and a sneaker. People laughed, but I went and told her, "Ma'am, I love your sense of dressing, because it's not because only that you are the first one I'm seeing in a sari and sneakers, first person, but also you're so smart and you're teaching a generation that comfort and health is more important than showing off. So definitely at the back of my mind, these wonderful people have helped, but not academics directly. And second of all, if yes, I'll come to that, how young people should get encouraged for new business. See, I have my knowledge of only my products, but there are 101 business ideas. People are opening cloud kitchens. I have friends who have cloud kitchens. I have friends who run like they do embroidery, okay, on dresses, on blouses, on dresses. If you go to the exhibitions, you'll be understanding. I'll come to that point, that how talented people are. They work on saris. They make new designs on products, on t-shirts. One thing I remember, while I was in college, I was a bad painter, but I used to write well. So I used to, those were the days when these writings on written t-shirts were not in fashion. I started them in Jadavpur. My friend Oyon, he gave me a t-shirt, and first, I wore a t-shirt. I made a t-shirt for my brother where it was written "Comfortably Numb," Pink Floyd. And I wore that t-shirt to college. And my friend started, "Hari ke likheche?" I said, "Of course, it's me. Where did this idea come from?" I said, "This is not an idea. I just wanted to write something. I didn't like this t-shirt just as a solid color. So I made it for my brother, and I wore it for one day." So all my friends started giving orders to me. "Please make the similar t-shirts for me." So I used to write for them, of course, for free. They won't give a they wouldn't give a chawanni for tea also. Naturally, if one of my friends, I don't know, if anyone is there, they'll understand how badmash we were. So definitely, if not academics, at least my peer group, my professors, my family played an important role. I come from a very influential family from all the sides. People have a good taste for everything, and they're good people. So I have collected from my childhood, from my family, from everywhere I've been, how to present yourself beautifully, where to say what, and where not to say anything which is non-pertinent. So basically, soft skills, relationship management, this is something again which happened to me organically. I did not learn as a student, but my entire teaching, my entire growing, from my school to my university to my profession, my music profession, everything. So everything has helped me in building this business. My experience, basically my experiments and experience. So that's all. Did I answer your question, ma'am?
Yes. Thank you so much. That's what I was trying to point. That is, your overall grooming did play a role, definitely.
Yes. That has played, and but also that makes you very snoopy. But like I love being simple, but again in the same way, simplicity is my pride. Anyway, I'm talking much about myself. Let me come back to this. But I'm enjoying speaking with you all because I love to be questioned. Not particularly, I'll be able to answer all questions correctly, but at least I can share my experience with all of you. Okay, so now definitely I would like to say that what about, I'm talking only about my success. What about my failures and lessons? A business journey cannot be a straight line. There have been successful periods, disappointments, difficult customers, very, very difficult customers, unreliable suppliers, wrong decisions, and moments when I wondered whether I should, like leave it or continue. But that was only for a fraction of a second. Every failure taught me something. A difficult vendor, actually vendors are very professional. A difficult vendor, once in a while, they have taught me to be more careful. A dissatisfied customer, touch wood, very rare. They have taught me that service is important as the product. A wrong product selection has taught me to trust my judgment on the material, not aesthetic judgment, but I would say my judgment on the material. A business setback taught me not to depend on one single source. So, and every successful customer relationship taught me the power of reputation. So I learned that a brand is not created by a logo. I don't have a logo. I've just put Ma Mahalakshmi as a logo, as a picture on my page and my group. But again, I just prayed to Goddess Lakshmi and I use that picture. I haven't made my logo yet. So, but this brand is created when people began to associate my name with an experience. For me, my experience is quality, taste, trust, personal service, fair pricing, and reliability. My friends call me, thank you for your stellar service. I started sending my products worldwide, couriering my products worldwide. And I started telling my vendors that if you want to get regular, sale, you have to make some products shipping for free. Because even if you say shipping is free, my customers have to pay. So in that case also, I was like happy to be helped by my vendors. I want to interact with all of you, but I have to leave this young entrepreneurs with one message before I start talking. That before I start interacting, that don't wait until you have everything. Start with what you have. Suppose you make on 21st August, I'm also associated with an NGO where I teach soft skills and spoken English. So over there, we are going to have an exhibition. Again, my boss has asked me, but that's just a part-time job because I told you I don't like being a teacher, but they love me and they don't leave me. So I'm going to have an exhibition over there. And my boss has told me you have to bring at least 25 saris. So I started, it's just in the coming week. So there I'll be having students who make their own products, day before yesterday, they came and started showing me other products, which they are going to sell. Okay, I'll tell you the range. One girl is going to sell dhoklas. and achars, which her mother will be making. Papads. Another girl makes crochet keychains and crochet purses, bags, whatever, small goodies. And those are just hardly from rupees 50 to 500. They're beautiful. And she makes them herself. She's going to come and sell that. So she's also a young entrepreneur. Might be in a small scale. She's doing her CA and BCom alongside her graduation. So she's going to be one of the sellers over there. Okay. Another girl, she makes jewelry. She makes handmade jewelry with cloth. She makes jewelry. She buys them from, I don't know from where, but she makes wonderful ethnic jewelry. And the price is so low, much lower than the market. You know, so in this way, I also keep on asking. I do this, like in our office, we do this exhibition once yearly before the festivals, before the Durga Puja and the Diwali festivals, so that, you know, all the young girls are encouraged. Okay, they also make cards. They make purses, they make cards, and they make paintings. They make beautiful paintings and they come and sell. So they have ideas which I don't have. They are creative, young, college-going girls, all from class 11 to maximum they're doing their masters. All brilliant girls, you know, they are so talented. They have the products which are like, and the saddest part is they don't value, they just they don't value the timing and their human effort they put in making that product. They only try to sell it at a very small price with which they have bought the raw material. So in that way, I have to groom them. I keep on teaching these girls, no, you have to keep a margin for yourself. Because what is your hard work left with them? If your hard work is not paid, if your idea is not paid, like what is the use of business? So in that way, also I'm helping small young entrepreneurs to start their business. So that is what I said. Don't wait until you have everything. Start with what you have. So I started my business with around 8,000 rupees in the year 2000. I started Shaji Bishnupriya without a single rupee capital investment. It is only my hard work, my effort, my relationship, and maybe the universe helped me. I had no idea about online selling. I didn't have a business plan which was written by any consultant. I didn't have investors. Not a large team, but I had an idea, experience, confidence in my own taste, and the courage to start. And this digital world, it gave me the opportunity to begin again at home. Okay. And perhaps the biggest lesson from my journey is that entrepreneurship is not always about money. It is about identifying an opportunity, creating value, earning people's trust, and of course, your own earnings from this. Today, when I look at Shaji Bishnupriya, I just don't see it as an online handloom brand. I see it as a journey that began with a small home exhibition in Kolkata, traveled through Lucknow, paused for motherhood, moved through teaching, music, and finally found a new expression during COVID. So Shaji Bishnupriya is a brand I created from scratch. But the real product I have built over the years is trust. And that, I believe, is the strongest capital any entrepreneur can have. My journey is not just the story of a woman, of myself, who created this small brand. I also want young people to see it as an example of what is possible when we stop waiting for that perfect opportunity and start creating one. Don't wait till opportunity knocks at your door. Start thinking, keep on thinking like what you can do. I have a student, I'll tell you her story in short. She learns spoken English and communication skills from me. Her sister is my music student. Now, this girl, she's just class 10 pass. I mean, a Madhyamik pass. She did not complete her 12th. But extreme, because her father expired and did not have money, and she did not have that academic inclination to pursue something bigger. So she joined LIC at the beginning, and then she joined a private company as a data entry operator. Now, she's in the same company for at least for the past 12, 13 or 15 years or so. Alongside this, she has learned baking, and her bakery store, she runs it from home. You won't believe it. After she goes back home from office at 9 p.m., she has a son to look after, a 7-year-old child. Her husband helps her. Her mother helps her. They bake till 1 a.m. Her husband delivers it in the morning. She leaves for office at again 9:30 or 9 o'clock after doing all the work at home. So this girl has also inspired me. From being from such a economically backward family, now she runs a very, very famous bakery, and she's also doing that job because she doesn't want to leave that corporate world. She keeps on saying that if I leave my job, I don't earn much from that job to sustain my family and my child and my leading a very like luxurious life. Her husband alone cannot provide that. So, and she has to look after her widow mother. So she says that I love baking, and that is the reason at night I come and bake, and in the morning I do my job. And whole of the Sunday, half day she sleeps and half day she enjoys with her family. So she is one child, she's one girl who keeps on inspiring me. These are small stories which should be inspiring to each one of you. Life is not only about going to college, coming back home, talking back to your mother, shouting back to your mother. You all don't know. See, at this age, you won't know what hardships your mothers and your father, both your parents, must be facing. We all overlook this at this particular age. But as you grow, you realize how they have helped to make your personality. I keep on telling my daughter, your life is only about going to cafes and dancing and studying just before the examination. When are you going to be serious about your creativity? I believe one day she definitely will mature. And all of you should understand that at your age, we have starry eyes and we think about our future, quote unquote, about our marriage. But that is not in our hands. The only thing is in our hands is our career. Rest is luck. You don't know how your husbands are going to be or your wives are going to be. You don't know how your in-laws are going to be. You don't know how your financial, whatever your status is going to be, whatever the society will demand, how your children are going to be. So only thing in your hand is your independence, the freedom of your mind, and the thought process, and the confidence that you can. If you say I can, the half work is done. Believe in yourself, girls. Just keep on dreaming. And one day, it will become successful. If you can do such big jobs, government jobs, corporate jobs, whatever it is, you can also be entrepreneurs. And our government is inspiring the young generation to be more keen on desi products and becoming entrepreneurs. Okay, so where was I? Okay. So yes, I was saying that my journey is not just a story of a woman who created a brand. I want the young generation to see it as an example of what is possible when we stop waiting for the perfect opportunity and start creating one. Today's Yuva Shakti has something that my generation did not have at that time. The power of digital technology, social media, online payments. Believe me, why I had to go, when the second and third time I was keeping on making my purchases from Lucknow. I've been to Lucknow thrice, but the rest of the time, every month used to come, I had to go to the bank, deposit the money, then they couriered that product to me. And in those days, a huge amount of sale tax had to be given to stitched clothes. The sale tax department had to, I don't know what department, they opened the bags and they used to check if it's sari, it's okay. If it's a dress material, it's okay. If it's a stitch suit, you have to pay the extra tax. So, in those days, it was very tough when I used to buy products at bulk. Okay. So, in our times, we didn't have digital technology. We didn't have social media. We didn't have online payments. Then global connectivity and access to information. It was not at our fingertips. But even technology itself cannot create entrepreneurs. What it needs, I'm going to repeat: courage, discipline, creativity, patience, and willingness to start small. Your willingness that I can do it with a small amount of money is something which might decide your future. Later on, you can invest. Later on, even I'm going to, I have invested. But at the beginning of my digital journey, on my e-commerce journey, I did not. So Shaji Bishnupriya teaches me that you do not necessarily need a shop, a warehouse, a huge investment, a large team to begin. You can start from home with your phone, your knowledge, your network, and your good unique idea. That's what I was saying, that I won't be able to read your messages. My entire life is built on this phone. I have an iPad, I have a computer, I have a laptop, but I have failed. My phone is everything. If I lose my phone, I lose my heart. My heart comes out. Because whatever business I have done is through my Android. I don't even use an iPhone because I keep on traveling in and out of Kolkata and many places, and I'm very afraid that I don't want to lose such a high-end phone again. So again, I'm saying, see, a small Android. Okay, this is a good phone, but definitely there are cheaper versions also, which might help you to reach out to the world. Okay, so you can start your business at home with your phone, your knowledge, your network. This is very important. Network and your unique idea. Okay, anybody wants to ask something, ask me anything, I can answer before I proceed. I would like to repeat once again, I could not read whatever was written by one girl. Would you kindly repeat the question orally to me? Somebody had written something.
Madam, I have a question, not a question. I would rather like to know from you.
Yes, ma'am, Dr. Joyita, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, first of all, madam, thank you for sharing so many anecdotes which led towards your journey of becoming an entrepreneur. Madam, you said that you have resigned from a full-fledged secure job of teaching and you chose a risk-prone business job. Madam, how did you manage to get that courage? Definitely that courage has not come overnight.
No, it was not courage at all. It was not courage at all. It was
এরকম একটা সাহসিকতা যাতে আমরাও কিছু এরকম করতে পারি, এরকম কনফিডেন্স দেখাতে পারি, যদি
না,
একটু
না, না,
শেয়ার করেন।
চাকরি ছাড়বেন না, একদম চাকরি ছাড়বেন না। আমার মতন পাগল হলে খুব বিপদ। আমি গান গাইবো বলে তখন আমি চাকরি ছাড়লাম। আমার ভীষণ মানে আমার ওই বললাম না সকাল 9টায় ঢুকে স্কুলে, তারপরে 4টের সময় বেরোনো, আর মানে আমার ভালো লাগছিল না। আমার সামহাও আমি পড়াতে আমি খুব একটা এনজয় করি না, আমি খুব একটা ভালোবাসি না। আমি যদি ওই জিনিসটা ভালোবাসতাম আমি হয়তো 9টা 5টাটা মেনে নিতাম।
কিন্তু ম্যাডাম
আমি
আমরা আজকে খুব
আমার
এনজয় করছি
কারেজের
আপনার
কারেজের
বলাটা।
কারেজের জন্য না, আমার শেষ হয়তো বয়সটা কম ছিল বলে তখন হয়তো টাকার ভ্যালু অত বুঝতাম না। ও ঠিক আছে, এটা আসবে না তো কি হয়েছে, ও হয়ে যাবে। কিন্তু ইট ওয়াজ নট দ্যাট আমার খুব টাকা ছিল আর সামথিং, আমার কিন্তু কিছুই ছিল না। আমার বিয়ে হয়ে গেছে when I was in কলেজ, আমি 3rd ইয়ার থেকে মানে এমএ। তো মাই হাজবেন্ড ওয়াজ অলসো স্টুডেন্ট, মানে সে সবে চাকরি জয়েন করেছে। আমরা নতুন কলকাতায় জীবন শুরু করি, খুব খুব ইয়াং এজে দুজনেই। সুতরাং আমাদের যে ফিনান্সিয়াল কোনো সাপোর্ট ছিল তা নয়, কিন্তু ওই পাগলামিটা ছিল না। বাবা আমার গান নষ্ট হয়ে যাচ্ছে, আমার গলা নষ্ট হয়ে যাচ্ছে, আমার মাথার মধ্যে ব্যবসার পোকা। তো মেবি এটা আমার হাজবেন্ডও কিন্তু প্রচন্ড ভালো একটা মাল্টিন্যাশনাল কোম্পানিতে একটা খুব বড় জায়গায় ছিল, খুব 35-36। তারপরে লাস্ট 20 ইয়ার্স উনি ছেড়ে দিয়ে নিজের পুরো একটা বিজনেস স্টার্ট করেছেন। সুতরাং আমাদের দুজনের মধ্যে কিন্তু এই পোকাটা ছিল, কি কি এবং কেন কিভাবে হয়েছে আমরা জানি না। ইট জাস্ট হ্যাপেন্ড।
কিন্তু ম্যাডাম আজকে আমাদের শুনতে খুব ভালো লাগছে ম্যাডাম। আপনি বলছেন যে আপনি টিচিং প্রফেশনটা একদম এনজয় করতেন না, কিন্তু আমার যেটা ব্যক্তিগতভাবে মনে হচ্ছে বলছি, আপনি খুব ভালো একজন শিক্ষক ছিলেন।
হ্যাঁ, আমার ভালো কি খারাপ জানি না, কিন্তু আমার ছাত্রছাত্রীরা এখনো আমাকে আমার বার্থডে উইশ করে, টিচার্স ডেতে উইশ করে, ওটাই ভালো লাগে। কারণ এখন তো অনেক কানেক্ট মানে মাঝখানে হারিয়ে গেছিল, বাট আই হ্যাভ কানেক্টেড উইথ দেম। আই মিন ইনফ্যাক্ট দে হ্যাভ কানেক্টেড টু মি থ্রু ফেসবুক। সুতরাং ওইটা একটা বড় পাওয়া যে ওরা আমাকে এখনো ভালোবাসে।
থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাডাম।
ম্যাম, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর আস্কিং সাচ এ থটফুল কোয়েশ্চেন। কারণ সত্যি এটা বিশাল। আজকের দিনে আমার মেয়ে যদি করতে চায়, আমি তো ও যদি চাকরি করে আমি কোনোদিন করতে দেবো না। মানে কি অ্যাডভাইস করবো না কি চাকরি ছেড়ে তুমি এন্টারপ্রেনারশিপ স্টার্ট করো, নিজের থেকে শুরু করো, সেটা আলাদা। ও ল পড়ছে, ও যদি ল ফার্ম খুলতে চায় শুরু করো, আলাদা। কিন্তু মানে ধরুন ও একটা ভালো জায়গায় প্লেসড হয়ে গেল, সেখান থেকে বেরোনোর কারেজটা মানে হয়তো আমি ওকে এনকারেজ করবো না। হ্যাঁ, এটা সম্পূর্ণ তার, ইটস হার কল। ওর ওর জীবন ওকে বুঝতে হবে। তো আর সেই আর কি মানে 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 আই এনজয় হোয়াট আই ডু। মানে আমি বললাম না, আমি যেই শাড়ি নিজে পরবো না আমি সেটা বিক্রি করতে করি। কাস্টমার পার্সোনালি চাইলে বিক্রি করতে হয়। হ্যাঁ, এবং একজন বললো একটা ঢাকাই জামদানি দিন, যেটা 1 লাখ টাকা দাম। আমি দিই না, কারণ আমি ওটা অ্যাফোর্ড করতে পারবো না। তার কারণ বাই চান্স ধরুন কোনো সমস্যা হলো, আমার ভেন্ডার যদি ফেরত না নেয়, আমি 1 লাখ টাকার শাড়ি পরে বেড়াতে যেতে পারবো না, আমি অজ্ঞান হয়ে যাবো। তো এই জিনিসগুলো আমার মাথায় ছিল বা আছে। তাই জন্য ওই যেটা পারি সেটা মানে যেটা এনজয়, যতটা আমি এনজয় করতে পারি জিনিসটা, যতটা আমি পারি আমি ঠিক ততটাই করি। আর আমার ডিমান্ডস ফ্রম লাইফ মানে খুব বেশি না। হ্যাঁ, মানে আমার একটাই মানে দুটোই স্বপ্ন, গান গাওয়া আর বেড়াতে যাওয়া। তো এই দুটোই আমি, আর অবশ্যই বিজনেস, মানে সুতরাং এগুলো নিয়েই আছি আর কি। তো থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম, আপনি এত সুন্দর একটা কোয়েশ্চেন করলেন।
Madam, there are a couple of questions in the chat box. Alisha Akhtar, she has asked a question. I'm just reading it out. I have a question regarding young students wanting to promote local art or artisanal craft forms today. How can we effectively leverage digital platforms without losing the authentic traditional essence of the craft?
Without losing, could you ma'am repeat the last line?
Yeah, how can we effectively leverage digital platforms without losing the authentic traditional essence of the craft?
Like I can understand what if you traditional like how can you the essence of your craft like lose its value if it's on a digital platform. It's going to add the value. People are going to see what you're making, and you have to use it very intelligently. Like for your generation students, I think Instagram is more friendlier for customer base of your age. Why should you lose your like I could not really understand essence of craftsman. Like why should you lose? It's going to be more it's going to add value to your products. Whatever people see, they can identify it with you and buy. Alicia, could you like if you are there, could you ask me the question? Could you repeat, like explain it to me well?
I guess she has some connectivity issue, ma'am. On the same, we'll go to the next question, which Shauni Bhattacharya has asked. Her question is, I had a question regarding the institutional support which cultural entrepreneurships in India receive. Are individual creators still expected to overcome too many barriers on their own?
See, what I can tell you is that for women entrepreneurs, the government is giving a lot of opportunities. They are giving loans. Government is giving loan. There are private banks which are giving loans for your business. So if you want to start, definitely you can start with any amount of with a small amount, with a big, larger capital. You can do anything because the government is trying to push and trying to make the young entrepreneurs understand the importance of business, importance of doing your own, like making your own products.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can continue.
Could I answer your questions, girls, if you are there?
Ma'am, I'm Alisha Akhtar.
Alisha, tell me.
Yes, ma'am. I was thinking that algorithm-driven trends often push creators to.
You're not very audible. Could you come closer to your microphone?
Yes, ma'am. I'm really closer. I was talking about the algorithm-driven trends often push creators to standardize products or like speed up production, which I think can clash with the slow handmade nature of authentic craft.
I could not understand. Your voice is. Could you repeat once again, please? I'm very sorry, but could you please repeat?
Yes, ma'am. Uh, uh, Ma'am, I think that algorithm-driven trends often push creators.
Okay. Algorithm driven.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, algorithm driven what?
They often tend to push creators to standardize products or like speed up production, which I think can clash with the slow handmade nature of authentic craft.
Yeah. See, I'll tell you what. Whenever one product is made in the market, the products come here for the first time. There are thousands and thousands of people who copy them. Suppose first time when Gamcha saris were made, there were many who copied those designs. So some like that is the reason where some people make their own niche through their brands, saying that they are the, like, it's like a patent, not patent, but it's like a patent that I have created this. So that is the platform is there, you know, where you can share that this design was created by me. So this is my pricing. You have, like, people are paying for the, not only for the design and for the dress, but they also paying for the designer's mind. But again, the copies are made in the market. See, if top brand bags from Gucci to Michael Kors, whatever big brands can have first copy, second copy, third copy, every product can have, except for pure handlooms. Suppose a pure Katan Kadwa Banarasi design is quite tough to copy. Except for handlooms, I would say algorithms and digital technology definitely can hamper a designer's, a creator's creativity. But here, where the handloom, yeah, but for cotton sarees, I would say, if you're making cotton sarees or lower end sarees or dresses, whatever it is, handloom is being, you know, misguided by people. I mean, sorry, Palom is being misguided by people, calling them as, showing them off as handlooms. There are many brands which sell power looms with the same design like Jamdani. You buy an authentic Bangladeshi Jamdani, all are handlooms. 99% are handlooms. You buy Jamdani from Bengal, 70% is power loom, 30% is handloom. So handloom generally cannot be copied. Power loom can be copied. And there are factories at Gujarat in Surat, which definitely copies your design and makes it at a much lower price. That is something for a customer to realize. They'll buy a Surat Jamdani or a Bangladeshi Jamdani or a Bengal made Jamdani. That is where I've come very specific. My customers preferably, I do not sell duplicate Jamdanis from other states. I try to sell from authentic West Bengal and only from Bangladesh. So for my customers, I would say, who stick to me from their purchases, they get the authentic products. But definitely the market is flooded with hundreds of duplicates and copies. I won't say they are bad. But again, you know, having biryani at Arsalan, having biryani at Kareem's and having biryani at the roadside will definitely not be the same quality and price and taste wise. You know? So it depends on the customers to understand also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, I could not hear you properly, so I don't know. I've been able to say correctly. Anyways, let me come back and I'll come to the next questions again. If anybody has any questions, let me come back to the young entrepreneurs. So young entrepreneurs should learn to identify problems. Like you're like giving me the problems, but you all have to identify it yourself and even the opportunities around them. You have to look at what people need. That's what I said. You have to look at what people need. If you want to buy a sari from a authentic store, or suppose you want to buy any authentic handloom product, and you go to a big store, you go to Park Street, you go to Gariyahat, you go to many other branded stores, the same sari you get, and at exhibitions. That is the reason I'm not in favor of exhibitions anymore. Though they invite me, many people invite me, but I generally don't go. I prefer online because I know I'm buying a sari for, suppose I'm buying a sari for 100 and I'm selling at 115 rupees, 120 rupees. If I'm at an exhibition, I have to sell that sari for 250. Maybe I'll get 2-3 more customers, but I'm not ready to do that. I do not compromise on quality and I don't want to cheat my customers. That's it. You know, I have I have my customers, they come and tell me, why don't you have a separate NRI group, and why can't you make another Indian group? I said, now suppose the people from a little bit of economically weaker background can also come and tell me, why don't you make another group for us and another group for the rich people? That's not it. If the sari is 100 rupees, it will be sold to an NRI for 100 rupees and to you also for 100 rupees. That's my principle. I cannot change it. You know, so these things have made people, you know, keep their faith and trust on me. Anyway, so look at what you can do differently, like baking. Nowadays, baking is common. You have to do something creative, something different, and what the market wants is what can be sold at the market. It's not necessarily the market will want something. You can make products. It's your idea which sells, you know, basically. The products don't sell, the ideas sell. This sari, I'm going to look beautiful in that party. The sari is not selling. Your mind, you're selling your mind actually. Okay, I'm looking beautiful. My pic is coming beautiful. And I'm not going to repeat that sari. And thank God to social media that people, my mother used to wear the same sari which my father had given to her in 1979. She wore it till 1999, I believe. And I somehow picked it up and threw it away. Or maybe I wore it once or twice. I saw her wearing that same golden and black kanjivaram for at least 30 weddings. And we cannot imagine that now. So we have a bigger market, more competition, but the market is very, very, very big. And you can reach the stars, you know, if you have faith in yourself. So Atmanirbhar Bharat, it does not simply mean being self-employed. It means becoming a creator of opportunities, which you were asking. You have to create an opportunity for yourself and for others. It's not only like me. You have to create opportunity for people. If I had opened a store, I would have at least employed 10 to 15 people over there. But here, I'm doing it myself because of the reasons I have told you. When a young person starts a small business, develops a skill, supports an artisan, works with a manufacturer, promotes Indian products, or create employment for another person, that individual becomes part of a larger journey towards a self-reliant India. Okay? My handloom journey has taught me the importance of supporting India's traditional craft and artisans. Every sari, textile, or handmade products carries the skill and livelihood of someone somewhere in the country. I told you, like, every sari feeds 25 to 30 families, including me, including the courier person, including the person who has put starch on that sari, who has polished it, who has cleaned the loom, who has been the security guard to that loom. So every sari is feeding 25 to 30 families. Here, why I'm talking about saris, because that's that's the product which I love to showcase. So my journey has also taught me the importance of supporting India's traditional crafts and artisans, as I said. And entrepreneurship can become a bridge between India's heritage and future. And if we have more entrepreneurs, so definitely we'll be able to sell it into the global market much more easily. You know, now selling products have become much more easier due to globalization. So I want the younger generation to understand that success does not always mean arrive overnight, you know. It takes years of trials, failures, learning, and rebuilding. My own journey, definitely you heard, it had pauses. I moved from business to teaching, from teaching to music, from music to entrepreneurship. Music is always there, but none of those experiences, you know, got wasted. Every chapter gave me a new skill that eventually became useful. And I am an agony aunt, and I'm a mentor, I'm a guide to many friends of mine. They say that because of the journey you have come across, you have crossed, and because of the amount of people you have met in your life, your experiences are much more. So help us with that. So I'm also an agony aunt to youngsters and a mentor to my friends, apart from what I do. And I love doing that. জ্ঞান দিতে কে না ভালোবাসে ফ্রিতে, ওই খাইয়ে দেয় একটু কফি টফি আর কি। So my own journey, I told you, it had pauses. So every chapter gave me a new skill, and eventually that became useful. So I would say, girls, don't be afraid of changing, direction always, but definitely from not a confirmed job at this particular age. If you have a good job alongside with that, do it. We could afford that because in our days life wasn't so complicated. Your first idea might fail, your first business might not work out. I was lucky that it worked out. Your first customer may not come, you may make mistakes, but failure is not the opposite of entrepreneurship. Failure is a part of it. What matters is whether you learn, adapt, and begin again. I would like every young person to ask themselves, what can I create? What problems can I solve? What skill can I turn into an income? That is very important. All of you start thinking, start racking your brains. Like, what skill every person, I was like in our school, I was in a convent. So I remember in one of our moral science classes, we had Bible studies, but not always, but regularly, but at times. I remember one lesson. Jesus Christ had said that everybody on earth is gifted with something special. Everyone. Maybe music. Like, I'm not gifted with the talent of mathematics, but that doesn't mean I'm non-intelligent. I have a little bit of brain also. I not have a very good memory. I could not memorize poems, but I still remember the phone numbers of every relative and friend, when not the mobile numbers, those landline phone days, I can recollect those numbers. So definitely every human being is different. Every person is unique. কবি নীরেন চক্রবর্তী একবার একটা জায়গায় বলেছিলেন যে আপনারা যদি মানে দুটো মানুষ যদি এক হয়, এক কথা বলে, এক চিন্তা করে, একভাবে সাজে, একভাবে যায়, তাহলে দ্বিতীয় মানুষটার প্রয়োজন হয় না, একজনই এনাফ। তো এই কথাটা আমার মনে আছে। আর আমরা যদি আমাদের এই গিফটটাকে, এই ট্যালেন্টটাকে, এই কলটাকে সরিয়ে রাখি নিজেদের থেকে, if we slowly avoid what was a gift of God, God takes it from us, takes it back from us. এটা আমি অনেকেরই দেখেছি। তো অনেক প্রতিকূলতা আসে, lots and lots of problems come in life, but solution থাকতেই হবে। সলিউশন আছে, সলিউশন বার করতে হয়। So all of you have to remember what I can create, what problem I can solve, what skill I can turn into an income, what Indian products I can take to the world. What Indian products I can take to the world. তাহলে মানে এই যে মেলাগুলো হয়, এখানে দেখবে অসংখ্য ক্রাফটসম্যান, তাদের whatever their and Indian crafts, it's beyond compare. Whichever state we go, we see a speciality of craftsmanship, of artisans, of like they make handlooms, they make handmade products, handicrafts in each and every home of a place called Pipli in Orissa, Rajasthan, Bagru. This is like Bhuj in Gujarat, Kutch, and in Bengal, of course. So, Indians are basically very, very, very talented. So I think that should, the market is huge worldwide. Everybody who has a knack towards entrepreneurship should give it a try. And you must understand that how can I create employment instead of only looking for an employment like myself? My problem was different, as I said, but again, maybe in near future, if I have other plans, suppose I open my own website, like in music, I have my own website. There I have employed one person. But if I have if I have this business e-commerce site, definitely I'll employ people. But let that person, him or her, know that who my vendors are. Customers are okay, but not my vendors. So that's the trick. So that is what I was talking. Let's go back to the topic. We don't have much time. We have hardly 5 minutes left. So that is the spirit of Yuva Shakti. You can, you will, and you must. And that is how entrepreneurship can contribute to Atmanirbhar Bharat. One individual, one idea, one enterprise, and opportunity, one opportunity at a time. If a brand like Shaji Vishnupriya could emerge organically from a home during a difficult period like COVID, with no initial capital investment, no professional team, no prior knowledge of online selling, then the possibilities for today's digitally empowered young generation are enormous. Okay, I am technologically very, very, very weak. I am confident on just my phone, doing my Excel sheet, talking to the vendors, doing business on WhatsApp, Facebook, doing my checking emails, Google, asking Google whatever I want to. But that's all. I'm a end user. But y'all are skilled. Many of y'all are IT professionals, are technologically extremely proficient. You all know much more about ChatGPT, data science. I see my daughter just doing ChatGPT, getting the answers, getting good number, and then telling me, why are you bothered? Why do you want me to study whole day when ChatGPT helps me to get such good marks? What do I say? That's not very, like, should be appreciated much, but she gets the correct answers. I don't know how. I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, so you all are much more digitally empowered. It's a young generation. You all have enormous opportunities knocking at your door. Please take your call alongside, even if you all do into jobs and professions, everybody should have a plan B in life, you know. That is what, from where I did this. So don't wait to become big before you start. Start small, start honestly, build trust, and let your work make you big. Make you big, and let success do all the talk. Make the noise, I mean, success do the noise. So because an Atmanirbhar Bharat will not only build up in factories and boardrooms, it will also be built in homes, classrooms, small businesses, workshops, studios, and by millions of young minds who dare to say, I will create something of my own. Okay, so that is what all I could tell you today. I would like to end here, and it was wonderful speaking to you. Thank you to Dr. Joita ma'am, to Chanda ma'am, and all the girls. Maybe all your questions could not be answered correctly, but whatever and however way I could, I have tried my best to answer. And বললাম জ্ঞান দিতে কান্না ভালো লাগে। I've enjoyed this evening, but since, you know, it's an Independence Day, it's our 18th Independence Day, and my first love is music. So আমি একটা thank you for all your appreciation and applause. Thank you so much. I would like to just
On it, ma'am.
for you. I would like to sing just 2 lines for you and end my speech. Would you like to hear me, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, আপনাদের কারোর একটা ফোন নিয়ে নিন। Thank you.
No.
Would you like to say something, Samia?
No, ma'am.
Kindly mute your phone. Thank you so much. Okay, so I would end here. I will just sing 2 lines for all of you. This is specially I'm singing because it's the Independence Day today, and এটা স্বদেশ পর্যায়ের গান রবীন্দ্রনাথের। যদিও আমি রবীন্দ্রনাথের শিল্পী নই, কিন্তু এটা আমার ভীষণ প্রিয় গান। বঙ্গভঙ্গ স্বদেশী আন্দোলনের সময় এই গানটা লেখা হয়। এবং এটা মাতৃভূমির জাগরণ ও শক্তির রূপ প্রকাশ করে। 2 লাইন গাইছি। আজি বাংলাদেশের হৃদয় হতে কখন আপনি তুমি এই অপরূপ রূপে বাহির হলে জননী। আজি বাংলাদেশের হৃদয় হতে কখন আপনি তুমি এই অপরূপ রূপে বাহির হলে জননী। ওগো মা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আঁখি না ফিরে, তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে। ওগো মা ডান হাতে তোর খড়গ জলে বাঁ হাত করে শঙ্কা হরণ, ডান হাতে তোর খড়গ জলে বাঁ হাত করে শঙ্কা হরণ, 2 নয়নে স্নেহের হাসি ললাট নেত্র আগুন বরণ। ওগো মা তোমার কি মূরতি আজি দেখি রে, তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে। ওগো মা। Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Devapriya Biswas, for that very enriching session. I would now request Dr. Shinjini Dasgupta to kindly present the vote of thanks.
Thank you,
Madhumita ji.
Thank you, everybody.
Respected speaker, faculty members, and my dear students. As we conclude today's inspiring Independence Day seminar themed on Yuva Shakti for Atmanirbhar Bharat, organized by the institution's Innovation Council, it is my utmost privilege to propose a vote of thanks. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Devapriya Biswas ma'am, for sharing such valuable insights on how India's youth can drive innovation, entrepreneurship, and economic growth. Thank you for sharing her journey. Also for the nice song at the end. We thank our principal, madam, for her constant support and for providing us with a platform to discuss nation building. A special thanks to the entire IIC team and our IQAC coordinator for conceptualizing this timely event and guiding us toward the vision of a self-reliant India. Thank you to the technical team who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event a success. Finally, a big thank you to all the faculty and student participants. Your active engagement and enthusiasm proved that the youth of India are ready to take up the mantle of Atmanirbhar Bharat. As we celebrate our Independence Day, let us carry forward the message of this seminar to innovate, build, and lead our nation toward a brighter, self-reliant future. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all. With that, we come to the end of this session. Thank you all.
Thank you.